Well, Moses joining the dance for our first look at sports and, of course, the NSRBL playoffs kicking off last night.
And you had the Midwest Expos who won home field advantage with a big win against Unity. They took on those same Unity Cardinals last night, looking to strike first. Cardinals, of course, unbeaten at home. So the last thing they want to do is go down 0-1 in this series. We'll head to the highlights. Bottom of the fourth, game tied at 1. Aaron Shrapko at the dish. He will pop up to center. Now, Tracy Spurley will make the grab, and we'll have a play at the plate. Andy Lennon just avoids the tag. Expos take the lead. Next batter, Justin Tyndall. Base hit. That will bring home 2 more runs. Expos building a 4-1 lead heading into the 5th. Now, Warren Stang on the hill for the Expos. Not too bad of a day, pitching 5 innings of work. However, this one was a little bit of a trouble. Regan LaRue to center. 1 run will score. Then we'll have a showdown at the plate. The ump will rule Scott Greenwald safe. Then all of a sudden, that 3-run lead is down to 1. A couple of controversial calls in this one as well. Dion Forget can't handle the wild throw. Cardinals have a man headed to the 3rd. Reed Flash thinks he's got the tag. Ump calls him safe. Expos not happy. Ruling still stands. Cardinals were looking to tie the Midwest Expos here, but talk about a big break. A 4-6-3 double play bails them out to get out of that inning. Now, more controversy at the end of this game. Top of the 7th, 2 outs for the Cards, down 5-4. The tag just misses, but the ump calls the runner out because he went outside the base path. Enraged Unity players not happy with the call. Several out to contest, but to no avail. Expos draw first blood in the best-of-3 series, but any momentum heading into the next game might be, well, non-existent. Of course, there's going to be a 6-day layoff until the next game as the Cards are headed to provincials. Now, as for that controversial calls, especially the game-winning call, here's what Reed Flash had to say.
In playoff games, the calls get magnified so much more, and your patience gets tested, and to get through the playoffs, you got to be able to put that kind of stuff behind you. And the team that can put that kind of stuff behind them usually wins. So we're putting this behind us, so we're going to win. Yeah, this is a typical greasy first game playoff, and our will got tested right off the bat. And when you got a battle with 4 and 5 seeds, it's always going to be close the whole way through.
Well, there was still some regular season action for you. The Mervyn Flyers needed a win to make the playoffs, and they booked their ticket too with an 8-5 victory. They will now face the Lloydminster Twins in their Game 1 of the best-of-3 series in Lloyd tomorrow night. Now, the quest for a 6-peat for those same Lloydminster Twins still up for grabs as they enter the NSRBL playoffs as the #1 seed. Finishing the season with a 12-1-1 record, the Twins were also the league's best defensive team, only allowing 26 runs and posting 4 shutouts en route to securing home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
None of us would have thought that we would have went 12-1 and won just 1 loss in the season at the start. But after the first few games, we knew we had a pretty good team. We were gonna be tough to beat, and the wins just kept rolling.
Now, as we mentioned before, up first for those Twins will be those Mervyn Flyers. Although the Twinkies are heavy favorites, they know they can't take them lightly, considering the Flyers finished the season beating Wilkie.
For Mervyn to beat them last night was huge for them, and I think it shows their character. They got a few wily old veterans on the team. I think they'll put up a fight, so it'll be good to see how Game 1 goes and see where that goes.
The Twins and Flyers open up at Legion Ballpark. Once again, 6:30. Make sure you head down there. And that is your first look at sports. Gerard Lampow has your weather details coming up. She's the true definition of the word determination, driving hundreds of kilometers just to play the game of softball for a city she doesn't even live in. That's the case for one Lloydminster Rebel who's taken her talents to the border city.
She's one of the most dominant pitchers for her age, playing for the under-18 Lloydminster Rebels. A long road for Jordan Dougherty, who traveled all the way from Calgary.
There's a lot of politics in softball in Calgary, and honestly, it's just so much more easy going up here.
An opportunity that Coach Tracy Blanchard saw to bring Jordan to the border city.
I knew her parents. I coached against them actually, and knew of their background, and I knew that Jordan was looking for a spot. just kind of, threw it out there that, we might have an opening for a pitcher, and they jumped at it.
The hours may be long and she might not be there for all the practices, but her move to play with the Rebels has paid dividends. Considered a complete package by scouts, Jordan has developed into one of the best pitchers in the province while under Coach Blanchard, receiving several offers from U.S. colleges.
I have talked to a lot of schools, maybe like over 100.
Following in her sister's footsteps, a Division II player in the NCAA.
I've watched her play since I was born, basically. She's been playing for that long, and I just sit there and I would study what she would do, and I would study the players, and I figured out how, what a batter's swing means. If they're dropping their hands, I know where to pitch the ball.
A high IQ and not just on the field.
She has a lot of emphasis on getting really good marks at school. I know she does. And so she'll probably keep that up, no doubt, and go down to the States with great, academic achievements.
Much like her family, Jordan would like to continue her softball career for as long as possible and maybe go one step further.
The opportunity to get to go to nationals and perhaps do better than they did is just awesome.